EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Smith going to look to throw right away. And his first pass is incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing is Smith. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Geno. And that is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give them this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Boye Mafe got to the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now on 2nd and 13. Tua. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Come on, set, yellow, 22, 23 rail.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go, 45, right.
Watch the run. They're running.
Drill, 52.
Watch twits.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
58 for Mike. 58 for Mike.
Fly through.
58 for Mike. Go 58 for Mike. Bend it.
Tua going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. Touchdown! Stephen Carter. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback and pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your...
And it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 58.
10.
58. Come on.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Let's go.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check 13. Check 13.
Trouble. 38. Set. Go.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Steal. Black.
And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Striker. 3-3.
Just like that. Just like that. Check nickel.
Red. Yellow. Red.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
You go tight. You go tight.
Hey, check out. Street. Go street.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Walker now on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 30 on 2nd down, Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion. From the red zone now, Smith. Left side complete to Lockett. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw again on second down. Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, it's Smith. It's caught. Lockett. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Just beating the play clock. Smith flushed out right. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On first down, Smith. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point now coming from Myers. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Forced out to his left. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Geno on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
2 now on first down. Being chased out left. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be from 56 yards out. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but he the crossbar. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Mostert. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Okay, right?
Check back. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Let's
Watch out now. Safety Fury.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, check.
That cut.
On third down, here comes Mostert. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
10 cycles. Ready.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Dancing to his left. He'll get that one to Carter complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Down. 60 red. 60 red. Drill. 52.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Tua now on 1st down. The loop, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Blaster, 6.
Another try after the first down sack. Tua forced out to his left. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. 20. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go, defense. 38.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a 1st down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you. Swing jack. 58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. Bring it.
Now Tua. And he's he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Walker to start the drive. They find some open field here. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Smith on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith. Walker with a grab, left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing again is Smith. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On second down, it's Walker. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And they'll send the slot in motion left. The slot man in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Again, it's Walker. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game.
Ready, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Dragon 60.
They snap it to Smith. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Walker. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Second and goal from the 1. And that flag accepted. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Now Tua. Dancing to his left. That's caught by Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Tua to throw. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Tua. Buying time to his left. And going deep for Hill. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Sanders on for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Sticking with Walker on second down. And that could be a killer. He'll lose yardage and tackled inbounds. And Walker once more. And that play going absolutely nowhere. And now it's fourth down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
19 tight, 19 tight. 942, 942. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On fourth down, Smith. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And that was just a good job there of being mobile and creating something.
Being able to extend a play and get people open or buy yourself more time to run with the football, that's a really nice job there.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how.
So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 136 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They run again with Walker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Slot man moves right. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Penny, a first down carry, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a turn and again to Penny, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Switch, fight, 60.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Check three.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. All right, what can Tua do now with his drive in OT? And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Hey, Glenn. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this.
From midfield, here's Tua. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Forced out to his left. And going deep for Hill. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away.